We got some crazy stuff going on here. Greetings and salutations, by the way. We got some crazy stuff going on in Advanced Warfare. I put it in administrator mode through Steam. Now if I play the game, he's sort of stuck in a loop of administrator mode. And if you then say, okay, yes, please, give me administrator mode, look what happens. He's just stuck in a loop. I've never seen that, man. I'm getting already worried because there's now a big failure with a new update that comes in Windows 11 that is destroying SSDs, making them corrupt. I'm now already afraid that I already removed that update, but it was installed for a couple of days, and then I removed it. And I'm really afraid that this has also to do with something like that, So no, we're gonna erupt it now. Now if I go now back, let's see if I now put it back to without running it in administrator mode. See if we can now fix this. There's something broken over there. I've never seen that, man. That's fucking nuts, that. Let me try this now. Properties, go to compatibility for all users, and now remove administrator mode. I've never seen something like that, ever. Never. Let's try that again. Yeah, you see? Moet configurações. But I want to run in save mode? No, I don't. Why do I want that? It should never happen, that. Would, by the way, also happen if you just would right-click it and run as administrator. You got the same kind of loop. We kept on looping over there. Never seen anything like that. And I use a compatibility mode as long as Windows exists. As long as I'm using it on a regular basis since the year 2000, 2001.
You experience the present as the inevitable destination.
Never seen something like that.
You've taken towards it, and in that same moment, you see a different path stretching out in front.
So there you see it,
The path you could have
Windows 11 already having an update that's breaking people's SSDs.
We are all on this.
Some get that you need to reinstall really Windows, and other ones literally get so corrupt that they just stop working completely.
Men who cloak themselves in righteousness. Each one of them convinced.
I've seen the list of the affected drives. My drive wasn't there, but they said could have the controller of Phison in it, and then it could still happen. So kind of getting a bit worried now.
We had thrown everything we had at Atlas and come up short.
Because it's literally caused by Windows Update that, And then I also wonder if then also... if basically it's already proven that Windows Update causes that, then also the maker of the drive can also say, well, that is not within the guarantee of a drive, because it's not our fault. It was an update that have destroyed the drives, not our firmware or our actual drive. So therefore it doesn't fall under normal workmanship guarantee, failure of parts because of fabrication errors or a material failure, So that's also why many times certain devices, if you put third-party software in there, firmware in there, then you lose immediately your guarantee. It's not their responsibility anymore, because you used a BIOS or firmware or something that's not made by
It's not much further.
By the actual manufacturer. So therefore, there's no guarantee on that. Same like you flash also firmwares or BIOSes for in third party in your motherboard or in your graphics card is also not supported. It doesn't fall under your guarantee. So kind of a real problem, that, you know.
So what now?
We finished this thing.
Still screen tearing, guys, and not a little bit. It was just really bad.
It's 3 of us against an army. It's suicide.
You're right. But it's what he would have done.
Okay.
You got any ideas?
Just one.
That's also the problem with technologies like Secure Boot, TPM, UEFI BIOS, and BitLocker. You know, that is all technologies that Windows implies that are locking down your hardware and your storage together in a way. And this is why I think this kind of stuff is happening. You know, because it like hijacks the firmware of the SSD, the NVMe drive, and of your motherboard of the UEFI, and the Secure Boot, and the TPM. You know, but if something breaks in there, you can literally have just hardware failure, you know. So it's the problem also, you know, you start locking things off too much on a firmware level, on a hardware level, but then using the most primary firmware or BIOS, you know, that device, you know, that you're working with. You know, with the software, but that is literally directly connected to the hardware. You know, you can destroy things with that. So this whole idea also of, you know, Secure Boot, UEFI, it's all very funny. But if something goes wrong there, you can literally have hardware failures. BitLocker also. There are even drives, you know, that there are SSDs on the market that do BitLocker, there's encryption on your hard drive, but on a hardware level. Well, you can understand if something goes wrong in the firmware, you know, or in Windows Secure Boot connected to UEFI and to your secure with BitLocker, your SSD, your hard drive. You know. So many things, you know, that can go wrong with this. And this is also a reason why this whole idea of locking your computer down on a hardware level, UEFI, Secure Boot, TPM, all those kind of things, you know, is you're asking for trouble, you know. You really do. You're really asking for trouble.
You can stop it. Get the hell out of there. Copy that.
You know, you're hooking too many things, you know, to the most primary firmware and BIOS and you know, chip controller level, you know. Something goes wrong, my God.
Breach point is up ahead. Let's move.
Gideon, thermal readings are spiking inside the command center. They're going
Well, you can also have, like, you had already that video game from Amazon. There was a video game from Amazon. Even normal software can do that, you know. There was I don't remember the name of that video game, but was first quite successful, and now it's already, they killed it already. That I think, I'm not sure if they killed it, but that video game just had an error in it, that the engine went up to 2000 frames per second. So some graphics card, in the firmware, they didn't have any limitation for the amount of frames, so that came just literally very high-end graphics card that just started running in 2000 frames per second, you know. And because of that, those graphics card burned up. There was no limitation on it, so they were just, you know, doing something they normally cannot do. You know, most game engines are limited to a certain, you know, and even firmware and many graphics cards have certain limits on it for you not to burn up your graphics card by running something in 2000 frames per second. You know. Yeah. So you can even see sometimes not even a firmware, but even a simple video game that's wrong together then with some firmware that didn't have any maximum frame protection, you know. let those graphics cards just
Head down. You'll have to use
throw out frames that would overheat them and burn them up. So yeah. You follow, but you're kinda slow, dude. So yeah, you know, when even software can do that already, you know. You look at what viruses can do to your computer on the software and on a hardware level. But it's also like, you know, companies going, you know, too hardcore in connecting software to your hardware and stuff. Just as Battlefield also with Javelin, and then kernel level access, you know, and then having that's connected into to your UEFI, secure boot, and TPM, Trusted Platform Manager, you know. And there are now already hackers, so it's not even really working so well, you know. There are already hackers in Battlefield 6, you know. So, you know, you see what the problem also is, you know, if you cannot let companies and corporations have such access to your hardware, you know. It's just a bad idea, you know. Because then also if something goes wrong, then they really knock your computer out of this world, you know. Or your SSD, or your, you know. That's why I always need to ask these questions, you know, like, is this really a good idea, you know? Should I really give them complete access to my house, or only the room where they need to do a repair, you know? Or maybe you should not even give them access to any of your rooms. Yeah, so... And the Windows getting really intrusive now, you know. I mean, it's an operating system that all of a sudden needs to connect itself to your motherboard in several ways, to your BIOS, to your storage, your memory, you know. We didn't have that before, why do we have that now? You see what I mean? You know, Windows 11 is really going completely mental, you know? So yeah, I want that big gun in the ad. Can I not pick that up? Whoa. You know, maybe we need to start really asking ourselves questions, you know. It's like, is this all really necessary? We saw that some time ago also. There was a huge outage worldwide, and it was also because of a company that Cloudflare, something like that. It was a company that did also some sort of anti-hacking protection, I think it is, yeah, and also verifying that you're not a bot. CloudStrike, I think the name of it is. It's some sort of company that does some sort of security, you know, verification. But you know, they also made like an error in their programming, you know, and they just broke something between the bootloader in the UEFI, and there were just millions of people and airports and companies that all of a sudden, government institutions and hospitals, that all of a sudden didn't have computers anymore. And it was literally just caused by a programming error. That's really what it was. But that programming error was so bad that it literally just destroyed the bootloaders of Windows. It was UEFI related, that bootloader related. But that was caused just by a programming error in just a normal piece of software that runs in your computer. You see the problem with that. If they can already cause that by just a normal program having something bad written in there, that it's like for some reason overriding some destroying some of the UEFI bootloader in Windows. Imagine that, man. Was just caused by a simple piece of software. Made computers not boot anymore, eh?
Rocket ready. Rocket ready.
A couple of million computers it was. I remember it was really a lot of computers. One of the biggest outages ever concerns like
Main gun ready.
this is like actually, you know what this is, you know, why would you actually play this? If you play Titanfall 2 or you play Crysis, then you have played this game, you know? That's also kind of thing. Actually now all of a sudden realized that this game was way too doing a couple of things other games were doing in the same time. Yeah. Yeah, if you take Crysis, Titanfall, and you mix it together with Call of Duty, then you basically have this game. Yeah. Crysis, Titanfall, and Battlefield. Here you have you have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Rocket reloading. Rocket ready.
Yeah, it's basically what this is. Yeah, mix Crysis with Titanfall 2 and Battlefield. That's really it. So there were a lot of games in that time that were doing the same things. It was even, you know. So I think that you failed to prevent a missile strike. Okay, how does that then exactly work? Robots standing in front.
Launch in T-2 minutes.
Rocket ready. Reloading.
Stage 3 boosters check complete.
Rocket ready. Rocket reloading. Rocket ready. Rocket ready. Rocket reloading. Rocket ready. Rocket reloading. Rocket ready. Rocket ready.
My God.
Rocket ready. Rocket ready.
Launch in T-1 minute.
There's an access point to the exhaust vents up ahead. I'm sending you the position.
Got it. Keep pushing forward.
I'm gonna rope because that other guy walks so slow.
There's the hatch. Mitchell, over here.
My god, you need to tap until your finger gets numb.
Go!
I think that my windscreen is broken, you know?
Get it with everything you've got!
Ready. Rocket ready. Rocket.
The engine's whistle!
You failed to prevent the missile launch. My god, man. Hit it with everything you got, he said. My god. So now we need to do every time this if we fail. That's kind of crappy. This load scene should have been afterwards, you know.
Get it with everything you've got!
Ready.
Take out the missile engine! That's it!
Okay, we did it.
Mitchell, hang on. We stopped it. We stopped the launch. I'm gonna get you out of here. Stay with me.
For the southwest! Contact! To the south! Stand down! Contact!
Gotta keep moving. Stay with me.
Every time now it loads a new scene, I'm afraid that it crashes, you know.
Atlas troops are collapsing. We need to know the status of that launch.
And game is really, really flaky.
The launch has been aborted.
But it's highly enjoyable, that it is.
You copy?
Kingpin, come in! Ilona, are you receiving?
Damn it. Cut off.
I think in this case that's just a case that they didn't sold enough copies and the developers very quickly have stopped basically optimizing for new window releases and drivers also. For many years I know graphics drivers optimized for this, you know, so.
Hello, Mitchell. Don't you fucking move. I could ask the same of you. You're hacking into our exos! Come on, ammo! You rely too much on those things. The city is falling, it's over! What I have started won't end with me. It's bigger than me, and it's certainly bigger than you. You think I'm a monster? That's only because you don't have the conviction to do what's necessary.
Necessary? The attack on America, unleashing Manticore, killing thousands of innocent people?
I'm saving the world from itself. When there's no one left to challenge Atlas, there will be no more wars. There had to be sacrifices along the way.
Yeah. Twisted fucks throughout history have used the same argument. I don't know who stopped the launch. They'll bring this entire building down on top of you.
I could have killed you in the prison camp. I could kill you now. But I won't. I'm not a monster.
Shoot him in his face, man. What's wrong?
Mitchell, try to hit the release on your exo.
Kill him. Kill the fucker. Part of the video game, huh? Yeah, I need to do some retard button smashing here again. No, fuck's sake. Finally.
Now mine. It's not working. There's no time. If he gets away, this will all have been for nothing. Go.
Give me that gun then, man. Shift to sprint, but now he saw the gun he was holding in his hand. Man, are you fucking kidding me? And give me this. Oh my god.
Don't let Irons get away!
Where is he?
Keep going!
Mitchell, pull me up. I'm not letting go. You've got to pull me up. Mitchell, there's only two choices. You either pull me up, or this whole building goes down and we go down with it.
Too late with F. My god.
Mitchell, pull me up. I'm not letting go. You've got to pull me up. Mitchell, there's only two choices. You either pull me up, or this whole building goes down and we go down with it. Mitchell! What are you doing? What are you doing? Mitchell! I gave you that arm! Mitchell! I gave you a second chance!
I've got you, mate. I've got you. It was only gonna end one way for him.
Irons gave me a second chance, and I gave it back. He thought he could solve the world's problems. If he did have the answer, he took it with him to the grave. But he was right about one thing. This wasn't the end. It was just the beginning.
A very short, a very enjoyable, a short, underwhelming, really short, underwhelming game. That's basically what I think of it. Yeah, it's very short, it's enjoyable, but it's short and it's underwhelming. And it's really short, actually, single player. One of the shortest single players I ever have played. That's why I have like 15 hours in it or something. And I played already 4 or 5 times. I played the whole single player. It's basically just a couple of hours, basically, 2 or 3 hours. It's really incredible, maybe 4. But probably for the first time you play it, then maybe it takes you a little bit longer. But once you know you have played it already, you know. Yeah, but it's enjoyable, that it is. And then you have also the multiplayer, but how many people are still today playing that? You know, I don't think you're gonna find there lots of servers to play with people. But I haven't tried it for a long time. Also, I know the servers are still online, but I doubt that you're gonna find many matches. So there you have it. Can I stop this or not? Skip space. Yeah, it's like sort of. I think I actually made like a really a good comparison actually with that. You know that is you know, to compare this game actually to Crisis and to Titanfall, and you know, and then with a bit of Call of Duty Battlefield thrown in it, you know. And believe me, in that time there were so many of these futuristic kind of shooters, you know, that I think that is also really a problem. They came out in the wrong time, you know. If you start looking at what other kind of futuristic shooters were around in that time. Yeah, then also I think the first Star Wars Battlefront from EA in 2014 and 2000. Yeah, it was exactly in the same time, yeah. So, a lot of space and futuristic sci-fi shooters, you know, so, yeah. It was not the best time to release this game. Also because it really drifts away very far of what normally Call of Duty people are looking for. More grounded, more World War II, you know, or than in the actual today's time kind of military environments instead of a futuristic kind of thing. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Stay safe, take care, cheers and beers.